crunch time on the jump. The Rockets have signed Ben McLemore, the former number 7 pick in the 2013 draft. Only played 19 games last season, but he shot 41% from 3. Mr. Philadelphia, Dave McMenamin, do you think McLemore can have an impact in Houston?
I don't see it. I mean, he's one of those guys who he looks like a great basketball player, and then he gets on the court, hasn't really been a great basketball player.
Yeah, no, you're right. I think that there's a lot of scouts around the league that are like, there's something missing there with him, and it just hasn't worked. He's a marginal NBA player, but it's worth the shot.
We'll see what happens. They turn all kinds of people into all kinds of players in Houston. Tyler Herro has impressed everyone in Summer League. The Heat put out this video of the rookie nailing 15 out of 16 three-pointers in practice. George, how excited is Heat Island for this kid? Come on.
Very excited. Heat Island is talking about, he Twitters hot on wanting him to start over Dion Waiters. So there's like, you know, a Hero Island versus a Waiters Island. There's a lot of island issues there in the Heat world and Heat Nation right now. But look, the kid's got the right attitude, certainly. I don't think there's any question. He's got swagger. He's got the right drip. We saw that, obviously, at the draft. Like, he's the total package.
Basketball is confidence, and he has it in spades.
I like how Heat Nation is kind of the Caribbean of many islands.
Yes.
Right? There's lots of islands operating there.
Bean used to be the governor of Heat Island.
He was. But
at
what
one
does
point.
that make Pat Riley, though? The Emperor.
The Emperor,
maybe?
yes.
Or something like that?
Yeah. Just the Godfather. He's always
the Godfather. I think that's right.
Yeah.
Yesterday, Wizards owner Ted Leonsis said John Wall, quote, probably won't play at all next year. The upcoming season is, of course, the start of Wall's 4-year max extension worth $171 million. Dave, what should the Wizards do with John Wall? That is a tough contract to move on from.
Even if they wanted to move on from it, how are they going to get a trade partner there? One, he's have to come back and establish some level of ability and be able to play like the player he once was. Achilles is the worst injury in basketball, and that's a huge number for another team to consider taking on.
Yeah, I mean, unless he's attached to Bradley Beal, I think it's going to be tough.
I mean, look, John Wall has overcome all kinds of odds before. So I'm definitely willing to say, hey, let him prove it to us. He's done it another time, so I'd like to see it. There's also been things that he has not done.
Right.
People have wanted him to do, so let him show it. All right, let's talk about another huge contract. This is what I was getting to before. Tobias Harris re-signing with Philadelphia 5 years, $180 million, and after averaging a career-high 20 points per game in the regular season, his production did dip in the postseason, just 15 a game. Harris told the Philadelphia Inquirer, quote, for sure, last year we had a combination of different guys. We had the newness of everyone, but yeah, I was definitely underutilized. Dave, what is Tobias Harris' ceiling? You covered that team through the entire playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, you saw the looks get divvied up, and it was Embiid and Jimmy Butler and Harris somewhere down here. And he's going to have to prove not just be able to be a shot maker, but a shot creator. And you didn't see that a ton last year in that offense. I mean, obviously he's going to absorb some of the shots that Jimmy got, some of the shots that J.J. Redick got. But in order for that offense to really go, he's going to have to create it because, you know, Embiid doesn't provide the same spacing that some guys do. Obviously, Embiid can't shoot from the outside, but he clogs up the lane sometimes.
I know we were talking about shade earlier with the T-Wolves guys and tips.
Yeah.
I don't feel like this is shade. I just think he's just being practical about this. There were too many mouths to feed, right? And I didn't get as many shots as I would have liked in that situation. I'm sure he's had a very upfront conversation with Brett Brown about that, and now he's going to be highlighted. He's going to be, as you mentioned, not just a shot maker, shot creator, but kind of their everything. He's their finisher, too, because if you're going to look for a go-to guy in crunch time, it's going to have to be him. Traditionally, it's not bigs in this league. Ben Simmons, as we've talked about, is not necessarily ready for that. Josh Richardson, I like him, but the Heat tried that for a couple of years, and that's not necessarily who he is. He's a great defender, good playmaker, good shooter, but he's not necessarily the guy you want finishing in crunch time. And that will have to be Harris's role, and we'll see if he's ready for it.
No, I think you make a good point that this isn't going to be seen inside the walls of the Philadelphia organization as a complaint or he's griping. If I'm Brett Brown or if I'm management there, I'm thinking, if I'm Elton Brand, I'm thinking, oh, good. I'm glad you think that because we think you need to step it up in terms of all this, too. Not in terms of, oh, you know, not that he fell down on the job like last year, but absolutely, you get rid of Jimmy Butler. That is a calculated risk, right? That was your closer in the playoffs. Brett Brown got up on the podium and said he is the adult in the room. Tobias Harris is going to be very necessary for spacing, and he's going to have to step up at the end of games, right?
But will he be able to do it with no Bobby there in the locker room?
Man, that's true.
Why'd you got to end this on a sad note?
Right? His Achilles heel? I don't know. I think the two of them are going to do things for us together. Like we've seen DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry still FaceTime each other all the time.
That is true.
I think that these two will come up still. The Bobby and Toby show lives. That is my insider information for you. We'll see if it happens.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For highlights and analysis, check out the ESPN app. And for live streaming and premium content, check out ESPN+.